Hey everyone, welcome back to Malts and Meeples. So, yeah, we're back to the regular thing today. We're back to Sleeping Gods. This has been a busy week for Malts and Meeples since the last time I streamed Sleeping Gods. I did a live stream of Rogue Angels on Tabletop Simulator. You can watch that video on Malts and Meeples with the designer, Emil Larson. And then, that evening, I recorded a gameplay for Eldara, which went up on Kickstarter on Tuesday. They've taken it down since then, and I can talk a little bit about that from what I know. And I don't know that much more than was said on Twitter, and a little bit not Twitter, but on Kickstarter in the announcement, what I've read in some comments on Facebook, things like that, where a lot of people were concerned about the price of that game. And I think that is rightfully so. If you watch my playthrough, the board itself for Eldara was... Well, I can't see what I'm showing on the table here, but it was more stuff than there is for Sleeping Gods, and Sleeping Gods has a lot of stuff. And in our playthrough, I don't think we really showed off just how incredibly expansive the number of minis are. That said, it was a really expensive Kickstarter, and I think because of the amount of advertising they'd done on it, and on Facebook in particular, that I saw anyways, that a lot of people were thinking, okay, this is going to be a big game, but because there wasn't necessarily a ton of information out, because it was only once some of us reviewers or previewers started putting stuff out, you kind of got an idea of the gameplay. The price tag, I think, for a lot of people seemed disproportionate to that of what you were getting in terms of the game. And I can understand that. For me, that was something that was probably going to keep me from backing it, even though I had a lot of fun playing Eldara. It was a really good area control game that felt grand and epic. Some of that was because there are giant minis in the game. But anyways, like I was saying in a kind of roundabout way, that video went up on Monday, and that gameplay is going to stay up there. I might do another video with some more content, kind of talking about the game, talking about how the game plays and works, just kind of as an expectation setting thing for the next round when it comes to Kickstarter. But there was that video, really long gameplay, but it's a lot of fun. It's worth checking out to see if it's going to be a type of game that you like. And now we're back to Sleeping Gods. So in the span of basically a week, well, a week and a day, we're going to have had 4 videos go up, which is more than I normally get to. So for that, I'm celebrating a little bit. It's kind of a celebration. I'm just killing off the bottle of our good old friend Auchentoshan. It's a 12-year single malt Scotch whiskey. Very good. It's not as peaty as some of them that I've had recently, but I do enjoy it quite well. And it's a little bit of a spendier bottle. Not terrible, but a little bit spendier. If you want like a nice Highland whiskey, I think this is a good one, and in particular, it kind of has almost like a caramely, chocolatey undertone. Plus, then some kind of fun news for the gameplay. I picked up Sleeping Gods Dungeons. Now, there's another expansion I don't have. That one is sold out everywhere that I've been able to find. But this basically adds some dungeons you can delve into. You skip ship actions. It's a point to a board that you can't see. You skip your regular actions. You still flip an event, but you don't do anything with it. And then you take 3 actions in a dungeon, that can be camping, which potentially helps heal up the crew, gets rid of fatigue tokens, things like that. Then there's moving and exploring. So very similar to what you do otherwise. Just in a dungeon, and you continue to progress further and further in, you're not moving the ship around the board anywhere, and they have their own little dungeon maps, including, now let's go down to the table, one right here at 52, right where we are at. I don't know that we're going to explore there quite yet, but it is tempting. So, let's get started. Let's see what happens, see where we want to go. I'm leaning towards... what do I want to do? So I'm leaning towards going to the quarters here. Quarters allows us to get rid of low morale because of Kasumi and her prey. It allows us to take off 2 of these command tokens. We get 3. And flip Inspire. Everything is get rid of low morale. Which, I mean, in all fairness, that is the one condition we've gotten more than almost anything, but it's still, I mean, because I have prey on Kasumi, all we have to do is pop to the quarters to use it. At the same time, oh, who was it? There was someone who I thought, oh, it'd be good to get that onto them. It'd be good to get another anchor symbol onto Gregory here, because that spear is really good. So we've done our boat action for today. And then I'm going to, before we get to the event, spend for soup. And I was still gonna do the same one here. Considered for a second there going to a fancier one. But soup allows me to remove 3 fatigue, removing 2 from Raphael, and 1 from Kanan. And now we have our event. Giant turtle. An Archelon head emerges from the choppy water. Try to avoid the turtle. Ship takes 2 damage. Or attack the turtle. 8 strength. Raphael's still our only strength guy. You know what? I'm just going to have the ship take the damage. On 5 and 4. Move these health tokens back to where they belong. It's been a bit since we've had any damage on the ship, but we have ways to deal with it. So the ship's in pretty good shape at this point, and 8 strength means he's going to have to be activated and potentially us getting another low morale, which doesn't really seem worth it to me right now. So good. Wow. Yeah. Now, you still flip cards, and there's one here, and I was like, okay, I don't think we're going to explore it. Don't have enough time, blah, blah, blah. That's a lie. We're going to explore it. We are at location 52. So we are going to be going into the blood runes. Starting here. And there are red dotted lines. So for example, this is one section, over here's a section, this whole bit is one section, section, section. And they give you a stand for the lantern, but you're not going to be able to see it, obviously, on a stream if that is vertical to show where we're at. So, just checking out the rules here. We are good to go. And we have 3 actions. So, what do we start with? I mean, let's start with exploring. I'm going to explore 6. Grass competes with jungle vines to claim every bit of the ground. Amid the broken rocks of stone, the greenery surrounds a half-buried statue reaching toward heaven. Nearby, a path leads into the jungle. Explore the path. Examine the statue. Either Perception 9 or Savvy 5. I mean, Perception 9 has to be what we go for here. Like, that's so high. There has to be something good with that. So that's 1. Well, 1, 2, 3. Who has a perception? 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Ooh. Good thing we got 9. Because 8 damage otherwise. Or 8 health. You find a destroyed campsite. Crushed crates inside a ripped up tent. In one of the crates is a bottle of green fluid. Gain a vegetable and adventure card. $147. So that was action 1. When using a non-ranged attack, +1 damage. It's a jar of acid. Doesn't say expended. So, theoretically, Mac could attack to get an additional damage, up to 4 damage now. Which is why I first put it by her as like, okay, I'm going to equip this, but no. This is not something we equip. And now, I'm not going to stay outside. We're going in. So we're going to move into this area. With our last action, we don't need a camp yet. So we're going to explore 28. A skeleton basks on the steps of the shrine, despite traumatic injuries. The skull and ribs are crushed. Gain 1 frighten. That was not worth it. Frighten. Can't attack. Audrey. Ooh. You're... Almost everybody is worth having attack right now. Buchanan, he can remove it from himself if need be here in a second. But that was three actions. We're not. Maybe we are. We're gonna use it right now. Just remove it, and next day we flip this. Goes away. We don't do anything with it because we're not at sea. We're gonna explore 36 for our first action today. So I don't know. I think with dungeons, the expectation is you don't have these explore tokens. We have A from something that we did before. So you approach the giant skull. A thick blood-like liquid drips from the eyes, pooling on stone of the pyramid before leaking down the sides. Examine the mouth and eyes of the skull. Leave the skull for now. So savvy of 6 is most definitely what we're going to be going for, because if we're going to go all this way, we might as well shoot for some exploring here. Or we're just going to activate Laurent, because that's a... Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip that for a 5. We're going to discard this for 6. So we're good there. You can't tell where the blood is coming from, but you notice there are 3 teeth missing from the mouth. There's a small round socket in the jaw where each tooth would be. Perhaps if you find any teeth, you could try and return them to the mouth. Token A. Shows up now. Yeah, so we definitely don't have that anymore. So we need to find those teeth, is what I feel like. Let's move up 1 to this zone. So that's 2 actions. And then 56. Let's do 56. I feel like that's the better one here. Orange tarantulas scurry out of the shadows, scratching the ground with their shining claws and deadly fangs. Well, either way, this is going to be the last thing we do. We could pay a meat and have a savvy of 5, which I honestly am going to do. As much as it hates me, or I hate to do that, because that's 3 4, 5, 6. We avoid having to mess around with the tarantulas anymore. Exploration ends, and especially since we would have gained 2 venom. Have we done anything else besides that? So if we run out of these cards, which we have 2 left after this, we have to go back to the ship. And knowing that I'm tempted to return to the ship. We're not in a bad situation yet with everybody's fatigue. Let's look at returning to the ship. So we can leave the dungeon here. And the only thing that we'll really do right now is somewhere on the sheet we're going to say we're going to use player 4 slot. So location, let's see, player 3 will be map 6, location 52. We'll do blood runes there, and we have token A. Now I'm not sure and this is the thing that I'm trying to figure out, is how to leave the dungeon for sure. Oh, so it sounds like we can just decide to leave and then wrap up our turn. So I bumped some stuff here, including the whiskey. From before. However, doing so we're back on the ship. We had done 1 action that day, so we can do an additional action, and I'm looking to sail. I'm still looking to get to 31 so we can fight that guy before we have to fight the Hecatron or whatever it is again and fight a tougher version of that. So I'm not going to spend an action with this. I'm going to use the Laukat steam engine to move 2. Fatigue on Raphael. We're shooting for 5. I didn't even need to do that. So we're there. And we're going to explore now, since we went in on our first action and that ship movement there was free, we're going to explore 31. Keyword, submarine. We do not have that. Man, I was so sure that would be where we wanted to go. The spires stand like sentries, painting the choppy waves with deep looming shadows. It's a difficult task for the Manticore, but by patiently navigating through the spires, you're able to salvage the remains of a derelict ship. Ship damage 3. Okay, we're gonna have to start fixing up the ship here with Audrey. Coin and a material. That is not all that worth it. And that's the end of exploration. And so, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3 out here. Let's get 2 back. We're at the bridge. Somebody has something for the bridge here. Gain 1 command token when using the bridge, thanks to Lapointe. And we get to draw a card. Sharp Eye. It's a 6 coster. And we can use that. Who can use that best? I mean, it's not a bad thing for Audrey or for Marco. Improves their ability to hit. Marco just doesn't hit for much. That would allow him to hit for 1 still. We could put it on Mac, but Mac would then... I mean, Mac doesn't miss much anyways. Could put it on Gregory, but that would take him up to a +4 to hit. So right now we're just going to sit on that. I feel like I want to equip that card, but nobody makes sense for me to equip it to right now. So that's the ship action. Now the event. Unexplained leak. The lower decks are filling with water. Effect ongoing. When you travel, ship takes 1 damage. Oh, sweet. I'm so glad that's something we have now. At the end of the turn, you may perform a Craft 7 challenge. If you succeed, discard this card. We'll make sure we succeed, though. Craft is another one of those skills I'm kind of garbage at right now. Like, I can get 3, and I have to get up to a 7. Nobody down here helps me with crafting. Real shame. Real shame. So, I mean, we're here. We've already explored 31. Let's explore 91. Who knows? Maybe this is the spot. Or maybe we have to go down and it's like 28 that we're shooting for. Keyword of axe. We do not have that. You climb a shale ledge following Gliglion's chart and find a field of thick gray tree stumps. Search the stumps. Perception of 8. We'll do that. Because that's 1, 2. Sorry, Captain. 3, 4, 5. 10. And that allows us to flip to 100. Cap hits for 1 less now, but still, it's for a lot. The silver axe is buried in one of the tree stumps along with a wooden chest filled with coins. So, 3 coins. An XP. 2. An adventure card. 72. And quest cards 166. $73, $72. Ooh, that uses anchors. And, like I said, quest card 166, which Silver axe. We found a silver axe. Straight northwest of Hunter's Haven. So I guess right here. Has to be right there. That's just to north. So let's sail. Oh no, if we travel, the ship takes a damage. Don't want to do that. There is no port or market. We can explore 91 again. Might as well do that. '91. We have the axe. You climb the shale ledge to a field of thick gray stumps. Gain a veggie in return. So, I mean, that's worth it. Still, we got a veggie out of that, so we have some more food again, because we really need to get our food supplies back up a little bit so that we can make soup or something to start to clear these guys off. We may have to sail back to the crypts of... No, we'll sail down to Hunter's Haven because they have a port there. But not today. Sorry, Audrey. And Laurent. We're in a tough spot here. That's okay. We got enough. Take that away. Well, I know where I want to go. I want to go here to the galley to remove that one from Captain Odessa by discarding a card. Rapid Strike. It's not a bad one. We're going to discard Sharp Eyes. It's a good one, but not one that we're going to keep. 2 more command tokens. And we need to get down to Hunter's Haven. But first, engine trouble. Oh my goodness. This is a rough set here because we have to pay a command to travel. And it's a craft 7 again. Well, we're going to pay a command to travel. 4 allows us to travel 2. And then we're going to port. So for $4, this is not ideal way to do this because we don't have that much damage. We had 1 damage, but 1 off of everyone just means only Laurent and Audrey have anything. Then we can do Shipyard though, which is key. Get 2 coins back. Fully fix up the ship. I think we only have 2 XP. So, let me double check. Yeah, only 2 XP, can't get anything for that. That means we're done. That is the end of that turn. We still have to get to 28. It's not too bad. That'll be easy tomorrow. But what do we want to do for our action here? I don't need a heal. I have no cubes out there. Does anybody use strength for fighting? That'd be ideal to give that to. I mean, Mac won't be bad to give her the bandages, but I don't really want to because she has a good weapon to hit, but not... Oh, and we have to try and do our craft. Which, I mean, has to be Audrey, which pushes her up, and then let's do it with the captain. So that's a 2. We can use our gear to reflip, because that would have only taken us to a 5. 6, so we deal with that. I don't want to be paying a command token every time we travel. That is a lot, and I mean, honestly, just pretty rough to do. All right, so then now we have to decide where we want to go. Sick bay, not useful. Bridge or quarters. Don't have anybody with low morale. Let's do quarters just in case we spend a bunch of command tokens, because that clears off 2. We only had 1 out there, but gets us 3, and we get another card here. Just a blank. Ugh. I mean, it's never bad to have an additional symbol, but it's probably better to put bandages on. We're going to do it. We're going to put bandages on Gregory here, so that now this is a 3, 2 plus 4, so 6, and 2 defense plus 1 damage versus the Hecatron, and we're at 1.2. We're getting close to the end here. Like, we're gonna reset to 18 cards again. On a blood-red horizon, the silhouette of a ship appears. It approaches quick and angry, and soon you hear the battle roar of the crew. A massive creature with bullheads and ember-like eyes. The Mythans have found you. Your ship shudders as they leap onto the deck. An armored Mythan plunges over the gunwale. His four arms, not forearms, wield a rusty pike, a curved saber, a trident, and a flail. He stands at twice the height of the others, who wait his orders, while brandishing a myriad of weapons of cruelty. The giant Mythan flares his nostrils and snorts at you.
You will not awaken Orphash. We will kill you and drop your bones into the deepest abyss.
So we could do a cunning of 8. Cunning, of course, is our foxy friend here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Or we could just fight him. Oh man, I do not know which one I'm going to do. Because one's fight, and the other one's a cunning of 8. We could get to 5. With 2 flips, we could most likely get to 8. We could use Scoundrel's Gear to, guarantee we get there. Let's do it. We're gonna... We're at a port. You can always clear some stuff off. 10. So we made it. Our cunning is good. Mac bows before the huge Mythan. Tell me, great leader, is your own creator, Orphash, so unloved by his children? Why not allow him to wake? The Mythan roars in disgust.
We are not his children, but his prisoners. While Orphash sleeps, we are free of his chains, and powerful above all creatures of sea or land. We will not suffer your interference.
2 XP. Convince the Mythian leader they are on his side. We would need path. We do not have that keyword. Bribe the Mythian and ask them to leave you alone. 5 coins. Don't have that. So, the only option is to pull out 1, 2, 4, and 5. Mythian Chief, Mythian Guard, Mythian Brute, Mythian Crusher. Alright. I mean, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cannon with the pistol. 4. Oh no. Can't quite get enough with Mac to take out the Mythian Guard. Because that would be what we want to do, is take out that Mythian Guard so that then Kanan could have +2 on his attack to hit, because that's a little bit risky. Or how much could Laurent do? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 +3 to hit. That's better. We're going to start activating Laurent. +3 to hit on the Mythian Chief. Oh no, that is a 2. Oh, forgot. We get 2 command tokens. So, we have as an option here, I think we have to use our gear to flip an additional one. I don't think there's any way around that, because we can't use Kasumi's because it wasn't a 1. Or we could use Mac to add +1. We're gonna, since it's only off by 1, we're gonna use Mac's, add +1, take out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 +1 damage. Let's put that on who can do a stupid amount of damage. 4, 5, 6, 7. That would get us to 8. Gotta be on the captain. So, the chief is gone. Captain's going to attack the Mythian Crusher with +2 to hit. 4. Absolute garbage. Maybe should have gone with Mac first. Take out... Maybe could have taken out one of them. But we definitely need to flip again. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Though I need to know what that is. See if it says. Alright. If I don't find this in a second. I don't know what that is. Studio Anderson, I haven't seen you on yet today. No comments, anyways. So, if you know what this heart with a 1 is, let me know. But I'm assuming I killed this guy. So now we're down to 2 here. That one's hardest to hit, but only needs 3. So Mac, you're up. 1, 2, 3. So that's 8. 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Gone. And Mac can pass her ability to somebody else. We just need 4 damage. So, Kasumi. I mean, that gives you a +7 to hit. 2, 3, 4, 5. Combat completed. Return everybody's markers. I actually thought that was going to be worse than it was. And I mean, I'm assuming I played that one thing right. We needed to spend the 3 command tokens, which is a fair amount, all things considered. But really, anything to make sure that we hit. So we did. We won. The remaining Mithans grunt in defeat and return to their ship, sailing into the darkness. So, taking these guys. Starting with the really bad ones. Shuffle it up. And then have 6. So we're building our last, I believe, last deck of 18. At the time here, 8:47. And so the reason I say last deck of 18 is there's nothing that comes after. Oop, it's not the order I wanted to drop those in. After this next one, it just tells us to read a completely different set of things, which, I mean, it still might be, okay, play through one more group of 18, and then if you fail, you're done. Third time read story F1. But I suspect this is our last go around here. This is make it or break it for the crew of the Manticore here. Which means no matter what, we're coming to the end of our streams here of this. So, I mean, we're still going to continue. We still have time right now. We have time to finish off this day. So we've done that. On to our actions. Honestly, I really want to go to port again. Get rid of the 1, 2, 3, 4 command tokens. I don't want to do that. That's a waste. We could go shopping. We only have $4. Not worth it. So, we sail. Don't need to spend anything. 1 moves us there. And then we explore 28. Because this, to me, this has to be it now. We have Father sitting at the top there. In a burst of water, taller than your ship, a giant sea creature breaches, tentacles flailing in all directions. "You trespass my waters," it bellows. Combat or escape? Combat. 51, 52, and 53. This is the same challenge level as the one we just faced. but only 3 cards, which makes me think it's going to be harder to one-shot some of these guys. And this will probably be the end then. So we'll end with a full deck. We have the Squid Titan arms, eyes, and the body. So 7, 6, 6. I mean, arms is the easiest to take out. So if we can take out the arms with somebody, Kasumi can hit for 4, 5, 6, 7. Fairly safe to say. Oh, we get 2 more combat tokens. That 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to hurt. Like, her getting punched by that is all her health. So, oh, we can discard the surprise strike to deal an extra damage. We're just going to do that. We'll flip the top. Doesn't matter what it is. And we're just going to take out the arms, weakening Kasumi. Discarding that, pass this off to somebody else. So Laurent can hit for 7, plus 3 to hit. This would make it 8. So we're going to attack. I forgot to add my cubes here. I'm going to attack the body. Ooh, I just realized we have cubes on a few important spots. 3, 6, body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of 1, 8. So we take it out. Plus 3 to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who can go diagonal again? Kanan. But the issue is Kanan only hits for 5. It'd be 6. Thought that would be enough. So here we go. It's not it. Like, Kanan would take 5 damage. We could discard that card and pay. So, I mean, plus 1 to hit. And the diagonal thing makes those eyes tough. Plus 1 to hit. So that's 3. Discard that to get to 4. Do I have anything that allows me to help? Here. Ooh. Discard this to get to 4. We have the Amulet of the Fox. Can activate that. 5, 6. Then we have to activate this. He's shooting with his pistol. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that was close. That was very close because, I mean, if he couldn't deal with that, I mean, granted he has the 1 defense. That guy was hitting for, what was that number? 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it has first strike. So I'm assuming first strike I'm just going to play it as if he'll take a damage. Basically, I'm assuming first strike means the monster hits first. That's what it should be. So, I activated the Serpent's Vest, or Serpent Scale Vest, for 3 damage, or prevention. His pistol is an additional 1. So, 5 damage becomes 1. Yeesh. Yeah, that could have gone sideways real fast had we not had some of the manipulation that we do. And so, the giant collapses into the water, and before long, another serpent, slightly smaller, emerges. Excellent work. This time you succeed. Now I can live in peace. Here is your reward. 8 coins. Gonna need those. So we're at 12. 3 XP. Takes us up to 7. That's nice. Get some big ability there. Adventure card 78. Stone of Squids allows us to travel 1 for cost of 1 command. We discard Father. Goes into our used quests here. And then we get quest 100. I don't know what this quest would be. We defeated the giant sea creature in exchange for a totem. Okay, so if I remember correctly, one of the options here is silence, which, just glancing at that, it takes us to a different exploration path for this, but it looks like a single item. So, with that, let's pop back up. With that, we have 18 days left, or 18 turns left. We could use some of that to go back to that dungeon and delve. We could search at location number 9, which I suspect is going to be our temple. There's also 101. One over, there's Hunter's Haven. Poor Kasumi. She lost her 1 item. Not quite as good anymore for hitting. But we're getting down to the end of this, and honestly, I don't know how this is going to go, because right now, like, we've explored on 3 different maps, and with that, like, I don't feel like I'm closer to the end of the game. I just realized, not that. Is it in this stack? Not in the stack, so it must be down here still. We now have totem 78, Stone of Squids. I want to make sure that I have all my totems. Stone of Squids, Stone of Fitness, I have marked off. Stone of Blood, we have. Roll-Told Spear, we have. Axe, we have. And everything else says equipment or recipe or passenger. So, I mean, we're at 5 totems at this point in time. And I'm not sure where to go. Well, no. I think we go to 9 next. But we're getting down to it. And like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. So this will be fun. This is going to be fun next week to see what we find at 9. See if we can start figuring out some sort of end game for this. And who knows, maybe once we run through, if we have enough totems, it might be an end game sort of thing. But I feel like I don't have any clues where we need to go for sure to end this. So, with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you find this playthrough fun. I'm having a blast with it. Hope that you're enjoying the interesting story, the narrative that's developing. As well, honestly, I'm as confused as the crew of the Manticore is. I'm still having a lot of fun with this, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to end for me. So, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're enjoying it. If you are, there are a few things, standard YouTube housekeeping. If you're enjoying this content, subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know. Studio Aniston, if you watch this after the fact, let me know what that one on that heart potentially means. But with that, thank you for watching. There are links down in the description below for various things such as the nerdologist.com website that I run, as well as then the Malts and Meeples, not Malts and Meeples, 10 Minute Marvel podcast, Marvel podcast that I do. Wow. My brain just, everything disappeared there. So, give those things a look. See if the content that I do there interests you as well. But normally I'd say bottom us up. This is out. So I will see you next week, 8 p.m. Central Time. Bottoms up.